Life has a way of knocking us down. Sometimes it's failure, sometimes loss, and other times it's simply neglect of our habits, our goals, or our vision. But the truth is this: no matter how far you've fallen, you can rise again. No matter how broken your life may feel, you can rebuild it piece by piece, choice by choice, day by day. Today's message is not just about survival. It's about rebuilding your life into something stronger, wiser, and more powerful than before. Let's go through 10 principles that can help you wake up and begin again. The first step in rebuilding your life is owning up to where you stand right now. Blame is tempting. It feels easier to point at circumstances, at people, or at luck. But blame is a prison. Responsibility is freedom. When you accept that your choices, your habits, and your actions have shaped your current situation, something powerful happens. You realize you also have the ability to shape the next chapter. Responsibility doesn't mean guilt or shame. It means clarity. It means looking at your finances, your health, your relationships, your daily routine, and saying, this is the truth of my life right now. That honesty is the foundation of growth. Until you take ownership, you'll always wait for someone else to save you. Rebuilding starts when you stop waiting and start moving. Think of it like clearing the rubble after a storm. You can't rebuild on top of denial. You have to see the damage, acknowledge it, and then say, from here, I build again. The day you embrace responsibility is the day you regain power over your future. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Many lives drift into chaos not because of bad luck, but because there was no vision guiding them. To rebuild your life, you must have a clear picture of what you want it to look like. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of health, wealth, and relationships do you want to create? Vision is not about vague dreams. It's about specifics. If you want better health, describe it. If you want financial freedom, define it. If you want fulfilling relationships, outline them. The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus. Redefining your vision means wiping away the old blueprints that no longer serve you. Maybe you've been chasing things that never mattered. Maybe you've been living by someone else's script. Now is your chance to write a new one. When you rebuild, you must ask. Without it, you'll end up rebuilding the same broken structure. With it, you'll construct something that stands the test of time. Your life doesn't change in giant leaps. It changes in small daily steps. Habits are the bricks that rebuild your life. Every choice compounds. Every routine shapes the future. If you want a stronger body, it won't come from one workout. It will come from daily discipline. If you want financial freedom, it won't come from one big check. It will come from daily choices of saving, investing, and managing wisely. Too many people underestimate the power of a single habit. Reading 10 pages a day doesn't seem like much, but over years it can transform your knowledge. Choosing water instead of soda doesn't feel revolutionary, but it changes your health over time. Writing 1 page a day doesn't sound like much, but it could lead to a book. When rebuilding, you must ask yourself, what small habits can I commit to every day that will create the structure I want? Life is not rebuilt overnight. It's rebuilt in routines. The person who commits to daily disciplines, no matter how small, eventually builds a life that others call extraordinary. The secret is not intensity, it's consistency. Your past has lessons, but it should not be your prison. Too many people drag yesterday's failures into today and call it their future. But rebuilding your life requires a different mindset. You look at the past only to extract wisdom, not to chain yourself. Every mistake, every loss, every wrong turn carries a lesson. The danger is when you confuse your past results with your permanent identity. You are not your failures. You are someone who failed and can learn. You are not your losses. You are someone who lost and can rebuild. Think of the past like an old textbook. You study it, take the knowledge, but you don't carry the whole book around forever. The goal is not to forget the past, but to use it wisely. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and move forward. Rebuilding demands that you stop rehearsing what went wrong and start practicing what could go right. Your past is a teacher, not a sentence. The moment you realize that yesterday does not have to define tomorrow, you step into the freedom to build something new. Rebuilding your life is not just about what you do. It's also about who you allow around you. People are like environments. Some nurture growth, Others choke it out. If you spend your days with negative voices, with people who tear down your dreams, it will be nearly impossible to rebuild. On the other hand, if you place yourself among builders, people who challenge you, encourage you, and hold you accountable, your growth will accelerate. Your circle determines your ceiling. Take inventory of your relationships. Who lifts you up? Who drains you? Who believes in you? Who doubts you at every turn? Rebuilding requires pruning. Sometimes you have to cut ties with the people who are holding you down, even if it's uncomfortable. Remember, rebuilding is not just about constructing walls and foundations. It's about creating an environment that supports what you're building. Choose mentors, friends, and communities that align with your vision. Your energy, your confidence, and your results are heavily influenced by who you walk with. Walk with builders. Everything you rebuild begins in the mind. If your thoughts are weak, your results will crumble. If your mindset is strong, no storm can shake your foundation. Rebuilding requires that you control what you allow into your mind and what you focus on daily. The world will feed you doubt, fear, and negativity if you're not careful. News, gossip, and toxic conversations can poison your mind. That's why you must be intentional about feeding your thoughts with strength. Read books that grow you. Listen to messages that inspire you. Affirm what you want to become, not what you fear. Mindset is not magic, it's training. It's just like a muscle, your thoughts get stronger when exercised. When you catch yourself saying, I can't, replace it with, I can learn. When you feel fear, remind yourself of your vision. The difference between people who rebuild successfully and those who collapse again is not talent, it's mindset. If you build strength in your mind, you can rebuild strength in your life. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Too many people wait until they feel like it before they act, and that's why they never rebuild. Rebuilding requires discipline, the ability to do what is necessary whether you feel like it or not. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll be inspired, others you'll be tired, but discipline carries you through both. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait until you're motivated. You do it because it's necessary. The same applies to your health, your work, and your goals. Discipline is freedom. When you live by discipline, you don't have to rely on mood swings. You create order, and order creates results. If you want to rebuild your life, commit to systems, routines, and disciplines that move you forward. Motivation is nice to have, but discipline is non-negotiable. If you master discipline, you can rebuild not just once, but again and again, no matter what life throws at you. Many never rebuild their lives because they wait for the perfect time. They want to have the right plan, the right resources, the right opportunity. But waiting is the silent killer of dreams. The truth is, the perfect time doesn't exist. The best time is now. Rebuilding doesn't require giant leaps. It requires small, consistent action. Start with what you have, where you are. If you want to be healthier, take a walk today. If you want to build wealth, save a little today. If you want to grow in knowledge, read a page today. Small steps compound. One brick may not look like much, but when laid daily, it builds a wall. One small change may not feel significant, but when practiced, it changes your direction. Don't underestimate the power of beginning. Once you start, momentum builds. The hardest part is not the work. It's the starting. Start small, but start today, and soon you'll look back and realize you've rebuilt something remarkable. The rebuilding takes time. Too often we want instant results. We want the new life tomorrow. But just as it took time to break down, it takes time to build up. Impatience is what makes people quit halfway. They plant seeds and then dig them up, wondering why they haven't grown. Patience is not passive, it's active trust in the process. When you're rebuilding your health, you won't see the results in a week, but if you stay consistent, the results will show. When you're rebuilding your finances, it may take years, but progress is inevitable if you stay the course. Think of rebuilding like construction. No builder rushes the foundation because they know that rushing creates cracks later. The same is true in life. Build carefully, steadily, and with patience. If you're patient with the process, you'll not only reach your vision, you'll also become the kind of person who can sustain it. Remember, the greatest structures in history weren't built overnight, but they still stand centuries later. Rebuilding your life is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey. Even after you've created something strong, you must keep growing, keep learning, and keep evolving. Stagnation is the enemy of progress. Commit to being a lifelong student. Read daily. Reflect often. Seek new skills. Challenge yourself regularly. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start declining. Growth is not about reaching perfection. It's about becoming better each day. If you commit to lifelong growth, every challenge becomes fuel, every setback becomes a lesson, and every success becomes a stepping stone. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to never stop developing. Because as long as you are growing, you are rebuilding. And as long as you are rebuilding, your life remains full of hope, direction, and power. Wake up and rebuild your life. Don't wait for someone else to do it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today with responsibility, with vision, with habits, with patience. Your past doesn't define you. Your failures don't define you. What defines you is your decision to rise, to rebuild, and to grow stronger than ever before.